on this episode of Angry Capital.
Some guy pretended to be BitBoy and stole 1.8 million. A 13-year-old launched a meme coin and made or lost thousands in minutes. And yes, people are getting kidnapped for their wallets.
Influence became a weapon, fame became a scam, and the markets, they're a carnival ride you didn't buy a ticket for.
From the fake influencers to billion-dollar wipeouts, the only thing decentralized is common sense.
Crypto, the clone, the coin, and the crash. Hold on tight.
All this and more coming up on Angry Capital.
Yay! Welcome to Angry Capital. I'm Arthur Ballesteros, joined always by
Paul Costabile here. What's up, man?
Not much, man. I had to kick it over to you because I forgot how to pronounce your last name. You know, we're just getting to know each other here. And one thing I know that you've gotten to know a lot about me already here is I love crypto. I'm kind of a crypto bro. We're talking about crypto in today's episode. So I'm fully prepared to be roasted. I know a lot of people think it's super scammy. We're going to get into all of that, all of the craziness, chaos going on. I'm telling you, it stresses me out every single day. And I kind of low-key hate it. But I'm here, and this is how I'm trying to make money.
It's interesting. It's like a weird relationship for you because you hate it, but you're still like sleeping with it, right? Like you have this contentious, like I want you, I don't want you. Bro, I guess I know you're a crypto bro, but like I've always been sort of old school with my money. So I've followed it like from a distance, but then the back of my brain, I'm always like, let me just bury cash in the backyard. So this is the matrix of finance for me, where it's like so far into the digital world. I get kind of scared by it too. I also know friends whose lives have been ruined. Like your life, you okay? Like I feel like every time I talk about crypto, they're
not
like,
really, no.
It was good, and now I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a roller coaster. We'll get into all of it. I mean, it's wild. It's just a constant up and down. You'll see why. We're going to teach you why here, Paul, and really dig into the nitty gritty. But I know there's a lot of hot topics going on in crypto right now, and we're going to get into some of those.
Yeah, dude, let's get some hot topics right now. So Bitcoin's worst October since 2015. Oh, Bitcoin on track for its worst October in 10 years. It's down 5% so far, unlike the typical 20% gain for the month. So, I mean, look, as someone who makes fun of this a lot, like boo-hoo, is this bad? I mean, I do know that this has happened in the past, and then we've seen a jump. Like, what's your take this month?
Bro, so this month it's been crazy, but this is not atypical. Even during bull runs when Bitcoin is going wild, it'll take 30% drops out of nowhere. So a 5% drop is seriously just a walk in the park. It's not that big of a deal. September, lots of down action. Now it's heading back up. It's kind of all over the place, but it's positioning for a strong end of the month and a strong end of the year. So 5% is nothing right now.
All right, that's good to hear. I mean, this is kind of what we're going to be talking about today, is the kind of fickle nature of this up and down wave of crypto and Bitcoin. The decline is tied to macro headwinds, they say, trade tensions, weak liquidity, and a recent wave of long position liquidations. So, yeah, I guess it's like possible it's just going to be this little October dip, or I like to say Uptober just turned into Downtober real quick.
Why you gotta be so negative, bro? This is not, everything is gonna be fine. It is fine. There are other headlines out there. There are things that are going up right now, like Binance Coin BNB continues to be one of the most influential tokens in the crypto ecosystem. It did have a 12% price surge and went up to over $1,300. It's positioned as a strong contender for investors, although this is not investment advice. You know, all of this stuff is super speculative, very risky, but Binance Coin is one of the outliers right now that is positioned really strongly. And a lot of that has to do with some really shady stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Binance has been crashing the market. We're going to get into that with the macro stuff going on. But I really think that Binance, which is a crypto exchange, and this is their coin, they're kind of behind a lot of the down slide that's been happening recently. So there's a lot there. So just beware when investing in these things, even when they're going up, especially when they're going up.
All I know is I follow this stuff a little bit, man. I see one thing go viral. I see some person I never saw in my life. Then I see them on Instagram every day for 3 months. And then all of a sudden they have a coin. And then there's a rug pull. I mean, like, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of BS on the internet around all of this. Don't you find, too, it's like every week there's some new trendy viral thing that's tied to a coin or tied to this stuff?
Oh my God, it's every second. There's so many coming out. It used to be, there was, early on in all of this, back in 2013, there was just Bitcoin. There was a couple of altcoins like Ethereum, which is still around, and the number 2 coin. But But now there's millions of coins because anybody can make one. We're going to get into that too as well. But I mean, these things are just popping up all over the place. The influence is real. There's impersonation going on, implosion going on. And I kind of want to talk about some of how these, scams have started here in the influencer space. And I mean, because there's a lot of crime going on out there.
There is. I mean, this is sort of what we're seeing in our generation, man. It's like, from AI memes to influencers taking advantage of their influence. I mean, really, it's like this culture has become this culture of like, how can I get enough eyeballs on this to then scam you financially?
So, I mean, there's a lot going on in influence, impersonation, and implosion. It's kind of all tied together. And one of the really weird things with this is like, there are people online who are impersonating other crypto influencers. Like, this is crazy. I was just reading this story. This happened back in 2020, but this guy just got arrested. Noman Salim, he created fake Telegram accounts posing as influencers, including BitBoy Crypto, who we're going to get into in a second. And this is the wildest story in crypto. He was also impersonating the dollar vigilante, and he pitched guaranteed returns. Ended up stealing almost $2 million in crypto, pled guilty to wire fraud, and agreed to forfeit the funds. I mean, just a wild story. To be impersonating crypto influencers, I don't know if it gets any lower than that. Do you think, Paul?
I mean, look, do we deserve this? I mean, we're so obsessed with online culture and influencing and social media. I mean, it kind of tracks for me that people would be catfished, or maybe you buy the fish here, it seems. You're being scammed by a guy pretending. I mean, it all sounds like a bad movie. This guy's BitBoy, but they're not really BitBoy, and now maybe he is. I mean, it's crazy. At the end of the day, to your point, people are getting taken advantage of too. I don't know. I go both ways on this. I think I'm like 70% we deserve it, and 30% like that's messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think anybody necessarily deserves it. If you're dumb enough with your money to fall for some of these things, sure, but obviously, it all falls on the people who are doing the scams. But you're talking about scams, and this was one that I kind of low-key fell for. It's not necessarily a scam, but just the way this guy was using his influence. Ben Armstrong, who's better known as BitBoy Crypto, who was literally the largest influencer in the space. He had a YouTube channel with millions of followers, was one of the first people that I really started listening to when I really got into this. But this guy's decline is crazy. There's meth, there's cheating, there's all sorts of stuff, millions wiped out. So he rose to fame kind of early on in Bitcoin. He started back in 2012, got millions of followers, but his downfall became because he started like endorsing these really dubious products, especially Hex and SafeMoon, which were some of the biggest scams that were out there. So what he would do is he would promote them to people like me who would watch the channel and be like, oh, you should buy this. It's a great investment, this and that, not knowing that the dude was being paid behind the scenes to promote these things. And he never disclosed it. Ended up, he had this huge channel, he was like a man of faith. He talked about his family all the time, all of that stuff. Ended up cheating with a different crypto influencer, leaving his family, getting back into smoking meth, and just had the largest downfall ever. Got his channel ripped away from him. He was threatening Kevin O'Leary's life. You know, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from it was just a wild scene going on. Since he's trying to make a comeback now. But I mean, if you just look at this guy, this picture here from his downfall, I mean, in like 6 months, because he got hooked on the money, the fame, ended up going back to drugs, and it's just been a really sad downfall.
Slippery slope, man. This is, look, from BitBoy to Tales from the Crypt Boy. I mean, look, he looks Crypt Boy, Crypto Boy. I also love, referencing the Salim story. I like that guy, a con artist, impersonated a guy accused here of being a con artist. It's a loop of conning.
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
It's like the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, just never-ending circle. Yeah. It's crazy there.
Also, but I mean, tell me how messed up this is that my brain went to the wife catching the guy with the other crypto girl, and they're both just in a hotel room, like glued to monitors. Just like that was the cheating with both of them following crypto. Like this is my love. This is my sex.
Dude, that's what he was doing. And I mean, they were live streaming together. He went on a live stream and went with a gun to somebody's house to try to get his Lambo back that they took from him. It was just a crazy story, but just shows when money is involved, the downfall can come really quickly. But it's not just with like guys on YouTube, though. I mean, there's a bunch of famous people who've been wrapped up in this too.
Absolutely. I mean, celebrity endorsements turn financial theater into mainstream scams all the time. I got a few here. Kim Kardashian fined $1.2 million for promoting Ethereum Max without disclosure. Also, remember Tom Brady and Shaq faced those FTX lawsuits. And finally, Logan Paul's crypto zoo collapse. Apparently, the best way to sell a bad token is with a good jawline. Maybe I should work out and get into this, man.
I like that. You could do it. I mean, you could have a lot of good influence with your hair, the jawline, all of that. Yeah.
Quaff coin, everybody. I got my quaff coin.
Wow,
we can talk about my hair every episode.
We are. Yes, it's going to become a thing. Yeah, absolutely.
But, dude, it's true what we're talking about. And it's almost like a slippery slope. I think what's so interesting about the celebrity endorsements, though, is money is so fickle these days. Like, these people will take any money, they'll promote anything. It goes to show this kind of influencer world colliding with ethics and actual financial world. And I think because crypto is, in a way, internety and still uncharted, you get into this territory of like, look, you give Kim Kardashian $1 million check. I'm sure she's a lawyer, right? I'm sure she has the legal. I know she went to law school. Don't get mad at me, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't really buy it. But I also wouldn't buy what she was selling Ethereum Max, because they get into these spaces of like taking the money, promoting whatever, like you said earlier, blanket promotion. That's the name of the game. It's not necessarily about what you're selling. So there's no real ethics around this stuff anymore. It's the most uncharted form of finance too, I feel like. And you tell me more, but I feel like this is kind of the Wild West.
What? Yes. Yeah. And especially recently with the new administration, because they've removed a lot of the things that the SEC was putting in place to protect retail investors like us. But I mean, it's all off the rails now. There are basically no regulations watching this, and there's scam after scam after scam after. And the big boys are involved here. We're talking about the banks are involved.
Of these influencers who got in trouble, right? Kim Kardashian started her career with a sex tape. Tom Brady, Deflategate. Shaq did Shazam. I mean, we're not right. Logan Paul, YouTuber turned boxer. I respect his boxing efforts now, but still, we're not talking about the cream of the crop. I mean, George Clooney. I'm just mentioning someone who's like an old school A-list movie star.
Yeah.
There's also a type of celebrity that this is happening to. Like, I'm sure a housewife is next. I'm sure, you know what I mean? Like, I can. Yeah. There's a sort of like line in the sand to me, at least, and I could just be judging these people. But like, there seems to be a appeal to the lowest common denominator for like scamming people on the celebrity influencer front, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There is a big element of that, but I mean, you know, Steph Curry was also involved in that lawsuit. He's known as a stand-up guy. Larry David was involved as well.
Oh yeah.
So,
what happened? They gave me money. They gave me money, and I just did a thing.
That's good. I like that. You should put the little bald cap on.
Hold on, let me take my hair off. I can do a real Larry David. Hey.
There you go. But it's not just like already well-known celebrities as well. There are people who, have become overnight sensations who get involved in this. Like, you remember the Hawk Tuah girl?
Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
She went viral. She got a podcast, and then she ends up inevitably, of course, launching a crypto coin, which peaked at over $490 million in market cap. There were millions of people pumping money into this thing, and then 90% of that market cap just vanished because they pulled what's known as a rug pull. They dumped everything as soon as it got really high. They're like, oh, all these other investors got in. We're going to take all that money out, sell all our coins. And then there was scandal. I mean, it pretty much ruined her career, her podcasting career, but it was a wild time.
Arthur, when you go to Rome and you see like the Roman ruins and you think like, what was the moment in time when this grand civilization started to fall? Historians are going to come back and they're going to see this phrase Hawk Tuah and this story we're talking about. And they're going to go $490 million at the time that she did this scam and it really messed up a lot of people. Yeah, I could see why this civilization started to crumble. Why was she famous? For making a noise about a sexual act? That's why she was known? That's why she got these high-paying jobs and influence? This is an example of how far we've gone with this stuff in our culture. And also, she came out, I saw a report that said she was paid a marketing fee. She kind of avoided all culpability, saying like, I didn't know what it was. It was just this thing, people are taking advantage. You could even say people took advantage of her influence, but like it's kind of the example to me about how far we've gone into this realm of like whatever's the hot thing, let's get a coin attached. Let's do the pump and dump. And by the way, what is going on that I'm saying pump and dump, Hawk Tuah, and financial instruments in the same sentence?
I know this sounds like a very nasty show, but it's not. Right. It's crypto. You know,
the historians are going to watch this. They're going to be AIs. They're going to watch this and go, "This is where it all ended."
Exactly. And that's the thing that we always watch for in the crypto markets. We watch for what are called top signals, and they're usually led by societal moments. Like a top signal in 2022, before everything crashed, was all of these celebrity endorsers getting into it. The Hawk Tuah thing did precede a big crash, but I mean, it may be, I think you're right, this could be the peak for civilization here for the West here.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're touching on is credibility, right? That's why I called it the Wild West. I just think credibility is not really a currency anymore. It's more like whatever is popular. And I think that we've pushed this algorithm culture so far that like the credibility doesn't matter anymore. If it's viral, it could be valuable. I mean, it's similar like the NFT rush to me in a way. It's like, it's creating this buzz over nothing, and then it could end up being a rug pull, and it could really not be sustainable. I think that's part of the problem we're at. I mean, BitBoy, billionaire quarterback, this Hawk Tuah, like who exactly do we trust with our life savings? To me, I'm going back to burying it and putting it in the ground, which I know just only loses value, but I still think it may be safer than putting my cash into a Hawk Tuah person.
Well, yeah, definitely a lot less stressful and probably smarter than that. But there are other smart investments out there. But I mean, it's changing things in a lot of different ways, because a lot of people, you think about being scammed out of these things through influence. Somebody tells you to buy something and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Also, you hear all the stories about people just stealing the coins online, but also this happens in real life as well. There's ways that people, there's kidnappings, there's people stealing physical crypto drives from people. And it's just another, way that crime has kind of influenced the entire ecosystem here.
That's right, man. We got a new definition of give me your wallet. So in September of this year, Texas brothers Raymond and Isaiah Garcia kidnap a Minnesota family, forcing $8 million in crypto transfers, then drive the victim to a cabin for a hardware wallet, tracked via security cams, rental card logs, and a Wendy's receipt with gun parts. I mean, to be digital criminals, this is the biggest paper trail I've ever heard. Like, they only got one part of it right. But to your point, I mean, this is going beyond this kind of influencer algorithm culture and into the real world. At the end of the day, I think people are going to want to, steal money, and stealing crypto is another way to do it. This creeps me out, though, man. It's like, grabbing somebody. I mean, you got to be careful with all your crypto talk and all this stuff you have going on. You never know, man. People may get privy to that. It does seem like a little bit of a smarter criminal until we hear the security cams and the Wendy's receipt, and they're like,
right.
And,
I'm probably one of the dumbest people out there, because I think we've done 2 episodes. You already know where my location is. You already know that I hold some crypto. And so I expect to be kidnapped on camera at some point during the run of this show here. But I mean, these things aren't as common. Yes, they're incredibly scary, but I think 99.99999% of crypto holders don't ever necessarily have to worry about getting their wallet stolen. I keep mine in a safe, and it's hidden, and we'll see what happens in 10, 20 years here. But a lot of it also, things have really opened up to where you can buy these things through your stock exchange, through Schwab, Fidelity, and all that. I don't think that we have to worry about the kidnappings as much, but they are definitely a real thing. And it's even got its own phrase now. It's called a wrench attack, because, there used to be all these highly sophisticated digital crimes and stuff, but this is something where you've got highly specialized technical things like cryptocurrency, but you can still go out and buy a $5 wrench and beat somebody over the head with it in order to get your keys to the crypto or the actual crypto drive. So, the wrench attacks, they're a real thing. It happens. People do get forced into giving away their crypto like that.
Well, I mean, is this the future, really? I mean, think about crime and theft. Is this just the future we're seeing? Like, this is like the trendsetters of crime, where people are getting privy to people with crypto and who to go after. I mean, look, I just want to say here, guys, publicly, as this guy Arthur talks about all this crypto, I got none. So you're going to wrench attack me for something else, but don't come after me for my wallet. And if you take my physical wallet, you're going to get a declined credit card probably. But, but yeah, it's interesting how this is like the advancement of crime. I do think in the future, though, this kind of will be how it goes. And also, if you think about hacking and firmware and all this stuff, it's going to be easier to even get into this stuff. Hopefully not, but I do think it's going to even go beyond physical, where you're around somebody, they could grab this information. And hacking, I think, scares me more because I think it's more tangible, like right now. Like I think hacking is probably more of a problem than kidnapping. But then again, this really happened.
Yeah,
and it's kind of freaky. The risk has gone physical in the crypto world here.
Yeah, it definitely has. And I mean, I get like 50 different scam texts a day telling me that somebody has tried to get into my Coinbase account, this and that. So you just have to watch out there no matter what is going on. But it's not even just that, though. There's other layers of crazy scams going on. Have you ever heard of pump.fun? Do you know anything about pump.fun?
That site for me 20 years ago was very different than. So yeah.
Oh yeah, please explain what. Yeah.
It was pump.fun.org. That's all.
.org. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was just a bunch of like female clowns in bikinis jumping on trampolines. Weird. It was a weird. We all have our internet fun, right?
Huh. Yeah. I honestly can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Definitely am kidding, but don't come after crypto or my search history.
All right. Well, pump.fun now is just as wild as clowns in bikinis jumping around, because now it has allowed anybody to launch a crypto coin. So this is what like the Haktua coin launched on. But so you can go, Paul, just upload a picture of your hair, put it on a coin, launch it, and try to promote it and get people to invest in it so you can rug pull them like this 13-year-old kid did. This is, I think, one of the craziest stories in crypto over the past couple of years. There was this 13-year-old kid who went by, well, I won't say his name, but he created this coin that was called Gen Z Quant, and he live streamed himself doing a rug pull on thousands of people and crashing the price. So this kid ran off with $30,000 initially here. And on the live stream, I think we have the video of it. I want you to watch this because this kid is just crazy. He looks like he's a kid. He's 12, 13 years old, and he figured out how to scam all these people.
This is crazy, man. Let's see.
Wait, what?
He said, wait,
Wait,
what?
I'm so confused.
What? Oh, yo, it's nuked. Why is it nuked?
No way.
Oh.
Holy
You full clip.
holy thanks for the 20 bandos.
Yeah, he did.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, bro.
Yo,
where are your parents? Where are your parents? Yo.
Dude,
What?
this was crazy, right?
He's also, sorry I flipped it off the camera also, but he was doing that too. It's like, what is going on, man?
I know. Because that's the thing is like these people invest in your coin. This kid started something and a lot of people build community around it. They really believe in it. They love it. They form friendships and bonds through this thing. And then you just completely screw them over by stealing their money. I mean, it's just crazy. But the best part of all of this is, and this is how the crypto community kind of responds to stuff like this. Everybody, after they got their money stolen, they ended up going and pumping the price of this coin up 77,000% to a $70 million market cap. One guy made $1 million off of it. So as revenge, they were like, screw you, kid. We're actually going to pump the price of this up and make money off of it.
Which you got to respect this culture on the internet, which I've always loved too, is like, you know, in a way, crypto bros like yourself and internet culture, we have each other's back on there, you know, chat rooms, live streams. There's something really awesome about the community that we could spin positively about that too. This, you know, everyone got taken advantage of it, and here we are making more money off of it. I love also the first time in history the rug pulled itself back up. I feel like it's not ever happened.
I know, right?
But this just goes to show you, man, like the possibilities. I also was thinking, I don't know, we just started the show, but like, should you and I start a coin? I mean, maybe there's a possibility to do one for ourselves and be I don't know, try and get a big audience around us and then see what happens.
Dude, I think you're onto something. The Angry Capital coin. I like that.
Coin, yes.
I think we should do that. After this episode, I'm going to go on Pump.Fun and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get a bunch of people to invest. And we're going to pull that rug so hard. Maybe.
Cool. And if that doesn't work, man, I'll just mimic a sexual act with my voice and hope to go viral.
There you go. That's I mean, this is the only way we're getting out of this economy alive here is doing some crazy stuff like that for sure.
So look, we're talking about this. There's so much hype, the hype cycle that mints coins can move markets. But this brings us to a big one here, okay? Because this just happened. I know this affected you. It's very topical. October 10th, just a few days ago, flash crash erased $19 billion in hours. Was it a panic or a precision strike? I mean, this is crazy. The markets implode. It liquidated in hours. This is the largest ever. Someone fat-fingered the sell button or they pulled the trigger on purpose.
Dude, this was absolutely a coordinated event. And this is where I go back to what we were talking about with Binance and stuff like that. What happens with a lot of these cryptocurrency exchanges is people put longs or shorts on these things. It's a bet that either the price is going to go up or going to go down. The exchange can see how many people are betting it's going to go up. A ton of people betting it was going to go up. So the exchange gets in there, manipulates the price, and then crashes it down. And then all these people who are completely over leveraged, it just makes a cascade of people getting liquidated. There are people who lost. I saw there was one guy who lost $500 million. Now, granted, he's probably a billionaire. So what is that? A drop in the bucket to him. But I mean, these were massive amounts of money that was lost. And it was mostly regular people like you and I who were just doing it a little too risky with leverage and got wiped out there. But it was such a stressful day. I was out. I was trying to get a jacket tailored for this show. And I had to just turn my phone off and stop watching, because that's sometimes the only thing you can do during these crashes. If you have faith, if you have belief in crypto like I do over the long term, you have to realize that these things are short term usually, but it's a crazy roller coaster to go on.
Right. And the crash, aligns with Trump's 100% tariffs on Chinese exports. The Bitcoin drops 8%. There are rumors of a whale short before the announcement. So 200 million in profits in 30 minutes. Unverified claims here of insider ties. I mean, it does feel a bit coordinated, right?
Dude, it absolutely. This is what's been happening with this administration. And, I don't want to get too political on this show, but we've seen it a number of times with crypto since this administration has gotten into place, where somebody close to the administration gets tipped off, hey, Trump is about to announce tariffs. You better make this move, that move, and then all of a sudden it shoots up. So everybody in crypto has been glued to Trump's tweets because it really can manipulate the market, and people who get that inside information, end up making millions of dollars.
Right. I think this has always happened, man. I just think now in this administration, it's just louder and more in your face and very clear and obvious. So who knows if it's even legal, really? But he will go out and tweet something, or Truth Social something that ends up doing something like this. I mean, it's just tricky with a big crash like this. Policy leaks become trading signals. It's like 4D insider trading. It's like another layer here. That we haven't really seen before, especially based in crypto and all this. It's interesting. It's tricky. I think Trump, for a lot of the criticism he gets, I think he knows what he's doing in this space. I think he's playing with the internet and he's laughing.
Dude, yeah, no, it absolutely. His son, Barron Trump, is very involved in a lot of this. And his other sons, Don and Eric, they've started this World Liberty Financial Organization that is extremely involved in crypto. But it can kind of be a way that you can take bribes kind of off the books if you look a little bit deeper into what's going on there. And the Saudi government was buying a whole bunch of their coin and stuff. It's just like you said, I think a lot of this was going on behind the scenes before, but now it's just a little bit more in front of your face. But that's the culture of crypto, the same culture that made a 13-year-old rich for 10 minutes and wiped out 19 billion and insiders making money while we're getting screwed. That's just kind of the game, but there are gains to be made out there.
Yeah, crypto, the difference between a meme and a market crash is about 10 zeros. That's just really what it comes down to with this stuff, I don't buy it though, man. I'm going back. Look, I'm an old soul. I still don't buy all of this. Like, I know you're into it. You kind of carry yourself like a little bit of a crypto bro. Like, I love doing this with you, but being stuck at a party with you, talking about this for 4 hours, I feel like you might be the guy that's like, no, listen, bro, trust me. You just want to get, I think everybody has a point. They want to make money.
Right.
But to me, it's how much you put all your eggs into this crypto basket is my question.
Right, and that's the thing. Diversification is key. Stocks, other things like that, commodities, crypto, it should not make up your entire portfolio. But I think not having exposure to it, for me, again, not investment advice, but I do think that it's the future. The big ones, the good ones, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that. Those are the things that are going to be the foundation of finance going forward. You see the way that Wall Street is moving. BlackRock is pouring into it. You've got MicroStrategy. You've got all these companies trying to become crypto companies and at least hold it on their balance sheets because they see the move that's happening. But the problem is the smaller coins, they're a lot easier to manipulate and people are just getting screwed. And I will tell you this, Paul, I will never talk to you about crypto outside of this episode because I have told plenty of people to invest and they got screwed. And so I'm never making that mistake again. I just keep it to myself.
If you look at economists over history too, just one point I want to make here, the best economists in history have always kind of seen a few moves ahead. It's sort of what's made good investing, work for a lot of really smart people. What's so confusing here is it's kind of you following the trends. It's like, how do you become informed enough to see a few steps ahead in a chaotic roller coaster internet culture? That I think is a challenge for a lot of people in this space. Like we're not working the stock market like 50 years ago. This is a new ride. And so how do you have measured financial decisions in crypto? That's my concern. Like that's again, when I go back to burying the cash, like it's A to B. Crypto, I feel like you're riding through the whole alphabet and you're ending at Haktua.
Yeah, well, that's if you're going for the really risky speculative stuff. But I mean, that is the hard thing. It really is. Because like me, when I started out in this whole thing, I was listening to BitBoy not knowing that this dude was behind the scenes taking money to promote these things. So I agree. It is incredibly difficult to figure out what's real, what's not, get behind the noise there. Because, I mean, to be honest, crypto didn't democratize finance. It democratized fraud in all sorts of different ways. But as they always say, there is no crying in the casino. So you can only be responsible for yourself and your own actions. And that's all you can do.
If you pay for that admission, you're going to get on that ride, and you are tall enough to ride, unless you're that kid, maybe. And maybe I don't even know how he was able to even do that. But yeah, man, everyone's chasing trust on the blockchain. Maybe the only thing decentralized is common sense, like I'm saying. Let's just get a little bit of common sense around this, guys. Don't lose all your savings here. That's a little bit of, it's not advice, it's just my heart going out to anybody who's just following this and putting all of it into it. Right?
I like that. See, Paul, I don't have a father, and this is the fatherly advice that I needed here. So thank you, Paul.
I didn't know that about you, man, but our coin is going to do really well, and I'm here to give you kind of heartfelt advice, man. And you know what? You're looking good, man. You did good this episode, so I let you know you did great. Yeah, let's go. You know what? Let's get off these cameras and go have a catch. Will you, sport?
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Next week, guys, we got another innovation promising freedom and delivering a felony. We'll be right back. This was Angry Capital. Thanks so much for watching and listening again. Subscribe and come on back.
This show is sponsored by Galileo FX, the only automated trading software that shows you the wins and losses before you buy. Learn more at store.galileofx.com.